Today, we will take a look at Spawn. Let's get this party started. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So today, we will take a look at our friend Spawn. I wasn't planning on making this video just yet, I was waiting for All Hallows Eve. But the Spawn just got its 300th issue released not too long ago. I think it was September 4th or something like that. So I thought, let's make a video about our friend Spawn, because why not? You can recreate a pretty darn good looking Spawn with character creation. I'm using the skull emblem. Technically Spawn doesn't really have an emblem, but I thought it kind of looked naked without the emblem. And also you should have a few skulls, like some skulls holding the cape or stuff like that. So sadly the closest I could get at this point was getting the skull emblem. So everything you see here other than the aura, you can have at character creation. So let's take a look. For the headpiece, we can use the full wings. For the chest piece, I'm using the M suit so that we can get those nice white lines that the Spawn had on his chest. Obviously, the pattern of the lines, not at all what I'm using, what you're seeing right now, but within the context of this Universal line, it's as close as I could get at this point. And since we're using the M suit for the chest piece, I thought let's use it for the pants as well to complete the set. For the gloves, the Trim Classic gloves work well enough at this point. For the belt, the biker belt works well enough with the little skull on the buckle. For the boots, I went with the tall classic boots. And for the cape, I went with the tattered cape. We'll take a look at a few more styles in just a second. And for the aura, I'm always a bit torn. There was always a whole bunch of bats sometimes swarming around our friend Spawn. So the swarming bat aura seemed like a given. But a green aura like the Kryptonite aura kind of reproduced the green effect, and that happens when Spawn uses his powers. The ghost aura I guess could be an option, but it's an aura you can only get during the Halloween seasonal. But I guess the better option would probably be the green mystic aura. So I'd be torn between using the green mystic aura or the Kryptonite aura. You decide. Then at some point we got a Miraculous Cape. There's also the Miraculous style that could probably do the trick, but let's start with the Miraculous Cape. So when this cape was added to the game, I knew I had to create a Spawn character. So right there and then at the time I did create a Spawn character. I think I was using celestial powers and dual pistols. For the belt, there is a few options that were added. The first one was the Necromancer belt that you see right now. But then when they added the main man belt, I knew that we had the belt for our Spawn character. And not just the belt, but the hands, the shoulders, even the boots. Even though the boots, the Spawn boots, don't really look like that, it still works well enough for our Spawn character. I would almost be tempted to use the main man pants, but the gun on the side makes it a big no-no, I guess. So when they added the main man style, they added a whole bunch of stuff that could allow us to create a pretty darn good looking Spawn to improve the look of our Spawn character quite a bit. Then at some point they added the Son of Belial cape. It's a cool looking cape, but it sadly we lose the clasp that holds the cape, which kind of suggested the little white skulls that held the cape. Yeah, the clasps don't look like a skull, but it kind of suggests that still a bit. An option would be to use a Magic's Champion instead of the main man shoulders. But if we do that, we kind of lose the big spikes on the shoulders. So you decide which option you prefer. And we have diverse materials that allows us to customize the look of our character even a bit more. So here we have the black neon chroma material. It gives us a nice looking look, but we kind of lose a lot of red, like the red on the gloves, the red on the boots. It seems to be a bit important to have at least a little bit of red on our Spawn costume. And the eyes, we lose the green glowing eyes, sadly. The first chroma material could almost work. Sadly, we can't get the mask just right. Everything else is fine, but the mask, if we could sadly get the mask a darker shade, it would be better. Sadly, if you want to have the white wings on the masks, that's the only option we have. So we could put it darker, but we would lose the white wings. So I guess you can decide which option you prefer. Which is a bit sad because it does give us a cool looking spawn. Another option would be the red metallic chroma material. Sadly, we end up with a lot of white on the costume. And also the colors are a bit reversed. The lines are what should be white. And you can see we kind of lose the skull a bit because of all the white in the midriff area. So it's not a bad option, but it's not quite there yet. I guess if you really wanted to, you could mix the red metallic chroma material with the first chroma material. It gives a pretty funky look to our Spawn character. Of course, you could decide to just use a material on the cape, like the negative Speed Force material, or the Furious material. And there is also another look for Spawn that we can try to recreate. It's a look that Spawn had in the miniseries Image United. At some point to celebrate, I think it was to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Image or something like that. They made this 6-issue miniseries with all the Image creators. I think it was Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Wells Portaccio, Jim Valentino, Eric Larson, and I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. It was written by Robert Kirkman, I think. And in that series, it would seem that at some point they decided to turn Spawn into an evil villain. And they beefed up his look quite a bit. They gave him some big horns. And it kind of sort of looked like that. So this is pretty much everything we already used. There's the Ghost Aura that you can get during the Halloween seasonal. For the belt, I'm using the Laughing Knight belt. The belt of the Batman Who Laughs. For the headpiece, I'm using the Strength of Ram because we can get some really nice big white horn. I would kind of prefer to use the Apocalypse in general if the horns were just a bit bigger, and if also there wasn't if you can see, there's already there's a metallic texture within the horns. If we could get some nice white horns like the helmet I showed you before, that would be much better. But within the context of DC Universe Online, sadly sometimes you do what you can. So you could go either with this headpiece or the Strength of Ram headpiece. You decide. So our friend Spawn has reached 300 issues. I think for an independent publisher, it's a record, or I think they've equaled the record from Dave Sims, which means that as soon as they publish Spawn the 301, they'll break that record and they'll have the independent comic that published the most issues ever. So I thought we should make a little video to, I guess, celebrate Spawn reaching 300 issues. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.